Tell the story that's been sitting on your heart. Because when you own your voice, you give someone else permission to find theirs. And that is how we change the world. You want to know what's crazy? I just spent 20 minutes scrolling through my feed, and I kept seeing the same people posting over and over again about their great lives and all their expertise over and over and over again. Meanwhile, some of the most brilliant, creative, called by God women I know, crickets, radio silence, basically invisible. Not because of the algorithm, but because they're just not there. They're not showing up. And honestly, it's not because they're just lounging around at the beach all day, although that does sound nice. It's not because they lack talent. These women could run circles around half of the thought leaders that clutter up my feed. It's not because they're not qualified. They've got more certifications than a lifeguard at a fancy resort. And it's definitely not because they're not doing incredible work. They're changing lives and building businesses and serving their communities like absolute champions. So why can't I find them online? Why aren't they sharing their wisdom? Why are they hiding? Because, and let me just call this out, we have a visibility problem. And I don't mean the algorithm kind, although Instagram's algorithm clearly has trust issues. I mean the spiritual, emotional, mindset kind of visibility problems. Here's the truth I want to share with you today. Visibility isn't vanity, it's obedience. If God gave you a message, a mission, a business, a calling, and you're hiding it like it's your browser history, then friend, buckle up, because this episode is for you. I'm going to be brutally honest with you here. There was a season when I thought promoting my work was just basically the professional equivalent of wearing a world's best mom t-shirt to the grocery store. It was cringy. I'd write a book or speak on a stage or run a coaching program that actually helped people transform their lives and their work. And then I'd stare at my phone for 30 minutes trying to figure out how to post about it without sounding like a used car salesman. Does that sound familiar? Hey, everyone, come buy my thing. It's really good. I promise. Please don't think I'm desperate. You know what I mean. I draft an Instagram caption like I was diffusing a bomb. Should I mention the results my client got? Is that too braggy? Maybe I should just post a sunset instead of this. Everyone likes sunsets. Because somewhere deep down inside, I thought visibility meant arrogance. And I didn't want anyone to think I was doing it for attention, even though, let's be real, attention is literally how business works. But here's what I've learned through some painful trial and error. When you refuse to be visible, you're not being humble, you're being hidden. And God didn't light a fire in you so you could dim it down to make other people comfortable. He lit it so you could shine, like a lighthouse, steady, consistent, and helpful. So I want to talk about this pattern that I see in coaching conversations with clients that makes me want to shake people, lovingly, of course, with appropriate consent forms. It's what I call the invisible woman syndrome. And no, it's not a Marvel movie, though it could be. These are women who are wildly gifted but playing smaller than a travel-sized shampoo bottle. Women who don't share their expertise because they don't want to look like they're trying too hard. Meanwhile, Chad from college is on LinkedIn every day talking about his revolutionary approach to synergistic solutions. And we all know Chad's biggest achievement was passing Econ 101 on his third try, right? They also second guess posting that brilliant insight because what if their old coworker, Sarah, rolls her eyes? Well, Sarah, who still uses Internet Explorer and thinks TikTok is a breath mint, right? We're still worried about her for some reason. They also downplay their business or their ministry because they're terrified of being salesy. They'll recommend a restaurant, a Netflix show, even their hairdresser without thinking twice, but mention their own life-changing program? Oh, I don't want to bother anybody. Here's the deal, and I need you to really hear this. You cannot impact the world from the witness protection program. If you're hiding your voice, your work, and your story, you're also hiding the blessing that it could be to someone else. There's a woman out there right now Googling how to start a business at 2 a.m., but instead of finding your wisdom, she's finding some 19-year-old crypto bro explaining passive income through NFTs. We can do better than this, ladies. Okay, let's get really practical for a minute because I know there could be someone thinking, this sounds nice, Allie, but does it actually work? Or are you just giving us a motivational speech? Maybe. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. If you're a woman in leadership, in business, or any professional lane where you need people to know you exist, visibility is not an option. This isn't just for entrepreneurs here. This is as essential as coffee on a Monday morning. because personal brands build trust. Research shows that we buy from people we trust and we hire people that seem trustworthy. And we trust people that we see consistently. It's like that neighbor who always waves. You don't know much about them, but when you need to borrow a ladder, you're knocking on their door, not the mystery family with the perpetually closed blinds. Whether you're applying for a job or selling a service or launching a nonprofit, your visibility builds connection. People want to work with humans, not corporate entities that sound like they were named by a committee of robots. Second, visibility creates opportunity for you. When you put yourself out there, whether it's speaking, writing, posting, or networking, what happens is you increase your surface area for success. It's like upgrading from a fishing line to a fishing net. More people see your value. More doors will open for you. More opportunities will find you instead of you having to chase them down like a dog who got loose at the park. Number 3, you control the narrative. If you're not telling your story, someone else will, and they will get it wrong. They'll focus on the wrong things. They're going to miss your heart. They'll probably spell names incorrectly in the process. This isn't about performing like you're auditioning for Broadway. It's about owning your message before someone else decides what it should be. You're not promoting yourself. You're stewarding your purpose. And there's a difference, and that really matters. So let's talk about what holds us up. Like, what are the visibility blocks here? If visibility is so great, why don't we do it? And I think it's this. I think it's because putting yourself out there feels like standing in Times Square in your underwear, holding a megaphone, yelling your dreams to strangers while your mother-in-law watches from the crowd. Is that terrifying or what? It's vulnerable. It's risky. And yeah, there will be people who don't get it. I want to talk about the greatest hits of self-sabotage. Number 1, imposter syndrome. It will show up like that friend who never has anything nice to say. It whispers to your soul and says, who do you think you are to say this? You're not Oprah. Or you're not the expert. Remember when you Googled how to adult last week? Or you're just making this up as you go. Well, spoiler alert, we're all making it up as we go. Another self-sabotage issue is fear of judgment. And the fear of judgment will whisper these lies to your ears. It will say, people will think you're full of yourself. Some will, but they're not your people. That'll say, you look silly. I mean, the truth is, we all look silly. It builds character. It'll say, what if they find out you don't have it all figured out? Well, nobody has it all figured out. Another thing that gets in our way is social media exhaustion kicks in. And it whispers and says, it's already too noisy out there. Okay, well, let's add some signal to the noise. It'll say, no one needs another person posting about business tips. Well, they need your version of business tips, right? Here's what I know to be true. Someone is waiting on the other side of your obedience. God didn't call you to influence everyone. That would be exhausting and probably require way more coffee than is medically advisable. But He did call you to serve someone. You're not for everyone, and that's actually fantastic news. It means you're not supposed to hustle for approval from people who are never going to be your people anyway. You're just supposed to show up faithfully for the ones who actually need what you have to say. So if you're still with me and you haven't given up about this idea of increasing your visibility, let's anchor this conversation to something bigger than our feelings and something bigger than fears. Matthew 5:14-16 says, you are the light of this world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Let your light shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. This isn't about spotlighting yourself like you're the main act in a one-person show. It's about illuminating the goodness of God through your work and your story and your unique contribution to the world. You don't need to be perfect before you can be present. Thank goodness, because I'm still figuring out how to fold fitted sheets and why my plants keep dying despite my best intentions. God isn't waiting for your perfection. He is partnering with you in the process. So you're not doing this alone. God is in this with you. You're not doing this because you're a narcissist, okay? You're doing this because it's a smart strategic move for your career or for your business. And you're doing it because there is something inside of you that's meant to share with others. So how do we get visible strategically without feeling gross? Number 1 is I want you to write a visibility vision. Grab a piece of paper, yes, actual paper, not your phone, and I want you to answer these questions. Who do I feel called to reach? Everyone is not an answer. I want you to be super specific. Do you have a message on your heart that you want to tell other moms? Do you just want to give them some encouragement? Do you know a lot about the LinkedIn algorithm and you want to share that? Whatever it is on your heart. Second question, what do I want to be known for? Also be specific. Being awesome doesn't count, even though you are completely awesome. Do you want to be known that you are the best attorney in Dallas? That you're the best accountant in White House, Tennessee? That you're the best designer in Murfreesboro, Tennessee? What do you want to be known for? Next question. What's the one thing I want people to remember about me? I love that. Keep it short. Keep it clear. If you can't explain it to your teenager, it needs work. So why am I asking for you to answer that one question? What's the one thing I want people to remember about me? Again, we're getting visible, especially if you are employed by someone. We're getting visible as a way for you to have a story and to control your image. Because if you need a new job, people are looking at your social media. You got to clean that up if it's your scrapbook and it's not done strategically. You want to make sure you're presenting the best version of yourself. Do I want you to be real? Yes. Do we need to see a picture of the throw up in the laundry room from your dog? No, we don't need to see that. You want to think about, what do I want to present to the world? Because we are at a point now with jobs. People are checking your social media. You will get a better job after they have checked your social media and seen what they need to see. If you have a private Instagram account, that's great. But you might want to consider having a public one where you can control the narrative. Maybe it only needs 3 posts and it's a couple of random posts from you. That's fine. But control the narrative about you before someone else does. I want you to keep it short, keep it clear. If you can't explain it, like I said, to your teenager, it needs work. Step 2, I want you to choose your platform of purpose. Pick one lane, not 7. Okay? Is it LinkedIn? We should all have a LinkedIn account, even if we don't update it all the time. Is it Instagram? If you love Instagram, that makes sense. Maybe it's YouTube. If you enjoy talking to yourself on camera, hello, then YouTube is great for you. Whatever it is, don't try to do them all. That's like trying to speak 5 languages at once. You'll just confuse everyone, including yourself. Step 3, I want you to share one insight per week. You don't need to post every day like you're running for office. Just start by sharing one valuable idea each week, a lesson you learned, a story that matters, a perspective that helps. And if you're sitting there going, I just don't know if I'd have anything to share, you would have something to share, something that you've told your sister or your best friend. Put it out there. Sometimes the internet can be a really dark place, right? There's a lot of bad on the internet. Let's take it back. Let's put good things, positive things out there. Let's help each other. Let's be a light for each other. This is important. One insight, 1 week. That's 52 opportunities to serve other people in a year, which is 52 more than you had when you were hiding. If we just give the internet over to the tech bros and the doom scrollers and the influencers, what's left? I think we need to share and we need to make sure that we're making this world a better place. And strategically, whether you are a business owner or you're already employed, controlling the narrative about who you are is really important. Put it out there because, like I said, if you don't, someone else will. The next step, I want you to use the Uplift app for courage coaching. If you're struggling with imposter syndrome or visibility fear, and honestly, who doesn't sometimes, hop into the Uplift app. We've got daily pep talks for when you need a confidence boost. You've got audio devotions to ground you in truth. You've got guided reflections to help you clarify how you're feeling and feel good. You've got breath work for calm confidence before you hit post. And you've got journaling prompts to help you shape your story. We've got it all for you. So go to upliftapp.co because courage is a practice, not a personality trait. Okay, last one. I want you to practice obedient visibility. Here's where the rubber meets the road. I want you to post that thing. I want you to pitch your talk. I want you to share that idea, even if it's scary, even if your Aunt Rose doesn't understand why you're putting yourself out there like that. Even if you get 3 likes and one of them is from your mom, you're not doing it for Aunt Rose. You're doing it for the woman who needs exactly what you have to offer. So here's what I want you to remember when you close this app and go back to your regular day. You don't need more confidence. You need more courage. Confidence says, I know I'm good at this. But courage says, I'm going to do this even though I'm not sure if it'll turn out. Visibility isn't about being impressive. It's about being obedient to the calling on your life. This week, your challenge is beautifully simple. Show up once, boldly, publicly, and obediently. Hit post on that caption that you've been editing for 3 days. Raise your hand in that meeting. Record the video even though you think your hair looks weird. Side note, my hair does look weird today. Tell the story that's been sitting on your heart. Because when you own your voice, you give someone else permission to find theirs. And that is how we change the world. One brave post, one honest story, one obedient step at a time. Because you're not lazy, you're not prideful, you're not too much. You just haven't fully stepped into the identity of the woman you're becoming. And she's ready to be seen. And honestly, she's been ready for a while now. So I need you to get on it. Okay, you want to know what I'm on? I am on this amazing little concealer. It is, I'm going to spell the name because it's a Korean brand, so I can't say it. It's called SAEM. It says Cover Protection Triple Pot. I got it on Amazon. I will link it in the show notes. And it's great because you use a little tiny brush and you brush in, because it's cream based. You put it around your eye on the inside and on the outside, and then you blend it with a brush. And then I put just a little teeny tiny amount of powder on it so I don't look like a mummy, because I used to use things like NARS under eye concealer, but I don't know, I hit about 46 and it literally made me look like a mummy. So now I'm on the cream concealer train. So it's super inexpensive. Again, it's SAEM, Cover Perfection Triple Pot, where it has a light green and a beige and a light pink. It is delightful. And you know what else is delightful? You are delightful. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for letting me push you today, because I think it is important for you to be visible. It really is. It is important for you to be able to control your story. That's something that women didn't have the ability to do all throughout history. And we have the ability to do it now. And it's really fantastic. Thank you for being here. Thank you for working on yourself, not just for you, but because it helps everyone in your life. I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in the calling on your life. I believe in the dreams that God has for you. And I know you're a difference maker. I want you to hear me remind you that you are stronger than you think. You're braver than you feel, and you are absolutely not alone. With God, you have what it takes. So keep stepping up, keep showing up and loving well, because you cannot break a woman who gets her strength from God. I hope you have a great day, and I'll be back with you again soon. Is something on my teeth? No. Okay. You ready for this? Are we ready to go? Let's do this. Okay.